Hey everyone, Codex here. So today what we're gonna do is take a look at Solana and we'll be discussing the current bearish momentum that we are experiencing. So if you guys like the content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course make sure to join our Telegram channel. So Solana has been having a very hard time recently, and I mean we can clearly see how weak the trend has been as we couldn't really go up, while some of the other altcoins have already managed to go up even more than 10% this week following the recent drop. And this is honestly concerning. And what we're having now is also a bit odd, like 7 days with barely any volatility or significant moves. I mean, the last 7-day candles, of course, are literally at the same level as you can see, as if we had a straight line here. Now, if we take a look at the Phoenix Ascending Indicator, which is a momentum indicator, we can see that the blue LSMA and RSI are still below 50. And we know that this simply means that the momentum is very weak and that the buying pressure isn't there yet for us to reverse and to go back up. What we hope to see in here is some increase of the buying pressure and for the blue and red lines to go up high, because if they remain this low, then the price will just keep on going down, which is basically what we had in the second quarter. Back between April and the end of June of this year, of course, the blue LSMA and red RSI trended below 50 and both lines couldn't really go up due to the constant increase of the sell orders. And guess what happened? The price just kept on going down and down for over 2 months. And so we don't really want to see our lines go lower and spend more time in here like this, because this will, if this happens, it will most certainly result in the price of Sol going lower and lower as we move forward. Now, the more interesting part is the weekly time frame on this indicator, which is basically telling us that we are about to experience a massive bear trap. According to the Phoenix Ascending Indicator, this relief rally is pretty much identical to this one. And I mean, if you've been around this channel for some time, you surely remember how we discussed this area and how we had our relief rally theory and how I say that the peak should be around 145 US dollars before we collapse. And I said that before the move even happened, by the way. And so based on this indicator, it's the same thing here. Look how the green line went up roughly at the same level as in here before it fell down. The red line couldn't make it above the mid yellow line too, and it curved back down, which is the same thing we had back in April. And the blue LSMA is also starting to go sideways. And so yeah, both events look very similar on our indicators till now. Focus on the till now, because of course that might change. Now, the level I'll be looking at on the macro scale with Solana, if both lines remain at these low levels for a couple of weeks, should be here. Again, I never said we'll go down, I never said we'll go here. I just said that you should focus on the indicator, you should focus on the blue LSMA and red RSI, because they indicate the buying pressure. They tell us if the buying pressure is increasing or not. And so if the lines remain this low, the blue LSMA and red RSI remain this low, then we will be heading here. Now, if we take a brief look at the RSI on the 3 days time frame, we can notice that Solana is indeed undervalued. I know that we aren't below 30 yet, but still we are technically undervalued. However, what I want to say is that being undervalued will never imply that we bottomed or that we can go lower, or that we can't crash another 40 or 50% from this level. Back in here, Solana was massively undervalued. This was the most undervalued Solana has been throughout its history back then, as we went to 30 on the RSI, of course, and yet the price still collapsed and it crashed an extra 68% from there. The same thing happened in here. We were really undervalued. We were below 26 on our indicator. Everyone thought that the bottom wasn't here due to this massive week, and yet we still went lower a couple of weeks afterwards. And so what I want to tell you now is that scaling your buys is the only way to go. If you bought in here simply because we were undervalued, then you will be down over 56% now. And so you can see how focusing on a single indicator and focusing on the RSI alone isn't enough, and buying according to this indicator isn't really the best approach. My opinion is still the same. I think the bottom isn't here yet. I think this bear market will extend till next year, and so we'll see how things develop. We are currently having a very strong bearish momentum on macro time frames. On short time frames, we can of course always go up slightly higher before collapsing again. So this was my opinion about Sol. Thanks again for sticking by till the end. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.